All right, welcome back into the program. We just took a look, about what Oklahoma State is doing on the field. Great running game, really good on third down on defense, getting off the field. That was never more apparent than last week against TCU. But let's talk to the man himself, the guy devising those game plans, Mike Gundy, the head coach of the Cowboys. Coach, what's going on, man? How are you?
Another week for us. We've been fortunate and just enjoying the players. Try to get ready for practice today.
You guys have peaked at the right time. You know, the margin of victory over the last few weeks, your running game, the defense, everybody seems to be playing their best football here late into the month of November. That's the exact goal of a head coach. You got to be happy with the way your team is playing.
I am pleased with us progressing each week. I told the staff that really a sign of a good team and a good coaching staff is if you can get better each week. Doesn't always work out that way, but we have improved each week. We've had two complete games. We played really well in all three phases against Kansas and then again against TCU. The other games, defense has carried us offensively. We've had a few issues here and there, particularly with injuries with skill players. We've gotten more healthy now than we have been, so we're playing good football at this time. Hopefully, we can continue it on.
Coach, I think from the outside looking in, maybe though there would be people surprised at the style of which you guys are playing. Great run game, great defense, because they're used to seeing what you guys were maybe 4 or 5 years ago, which was explosiveness on offense, try to outscore people. You remember those Bedlam games that just went wild with points. Can you take me through the evolution of how you guys landed on this philosophy and this group of players to play this style of football?
Early in the season, we lost 3 wide receivers, and we played 2 or 3 games where we were starting true freshman wide receivers. So to a certain extent, you're not going to be as good on offense. And the only way to overcome that is play really good defense, be sound in special teams, and slow the game down. So years ago, when I used to go to across campus over here and watch Coach Sutton, Eddie Sutton, practice basketball, he told me one time that if you don't feel like you're as confident in your team, you want to make sure that you travel up and down the court the fewest amount of times. And so really that's the kind of team we've been up until a couple of weeks ago, because we've played well on defense. We're experienced. We've got a lot of reps there. And we played well on special teams. And then offensively, we've gotten a little bit better each week.
I love that coaches, regardless of sport, can give each other advice. Like you said, Eddie Sutton giving you advice, and now you've got a defense that you've leaned on this year. And Jim Knowles has been outstanding for you, the defensive coordinator. He's up for the Broyles Award. What you guys are doing on third down specifically, I just gave our viewers a little bit of a look at how you guys get pressure on the quarterback, and as well as how heavy you sit at the chains on those middle third downs, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, making it difficult for quarterbacks to complete those passes, in particular over the middle. What Jim Knowles is doing defensively for you guys has been outstanding.
I'm really proud of our defense, and then obviously our defensive staff and Coach Knowles. And he's been with us now for 4 years, and we've made changes. Coach Knowles is a very intelligent person. He understands concepts and schemes, but then he also was able to adapt to our league and really college football. I mean, the game has changed defensively, the way offenses are playing, particularly over the last 2 years. And he's changed some concepts and schemes based on our personnel and the teams that we play in this league. And he's done a great job. I'm looking forward to signing him to a long-term contract after this season, keeping him with us. He's settled in here in Stillwater, really likes the community, and obviously the people here are really fond of him.
We had a quick conversation before we started this interview about college football globally in a general sense, and how much parity there is this year. Outside of Georgia, everybody that makes a poll, whether it's you for a coach's poll or me from a media perspective, it's easy. You put Georgia there at number 1, and then you sit back in your chair and you think to yourself, okay, where am I going 2 through 15? What can you attribute this to, Coach? Have you ever seen a year like this in our sport?
I think what you mentioned, one is we have super seniors playing now. There are some, we have 6 of them on our team. We have 4 of them that play quite a bit. there are teams in our league that have as many as 12 with 8 guys playing a lot. And I'm guessing it's that way across the country. So nobody could take into account these super seniors, which changed college football and has created all this equality. I mean, everybody is pretty much the same. And I vote, and for me, it's the same way. Georgia is clearly the number one. And then Alabama's been too, but Alabama's had 2 or 3 games that I've seen. I just happened to be able to watch them at night based on wherever I was, where they could have lost those games. And then you go all the way up to 18 or 20, and you have teams that are playing really, really good. So it's hard to slot anybody in. And you could flip number 5 or 6 and number 16 or 17, and nobody would say anything about it. So that has created an atmosphere and taken the stock market of college football through the roof. The fans love it. The television market loves it. And that's what's making this game so fun right now. People watch every week because they don't really have an idea of where anybody should be ranked.
Yeah, and at least from my perspective, I think it makes the case for an expanded playoff, wherever that number lands, so that we have more teams and fan bases engaged like we do this year late into the season. Coach, OU has been the team that runs the Big 12. They've won 6 straight Big 12 titles. You guys are now right in the thick of things in the race to not only get into that game, potentially win a Big 12 title. Take me into what you feel like it'll take here in the last few weeks to bring that title back to Stillwater.
Well, we have to stay the course. We've been very fortunate that we've played fantastic on defense. You're around a lot of coaches. You play the game. My fear is at some point defense might have a letdown. They played at a high level for 10 games. That's my worry. The thing that makes me feel better is we have experience on that side of the ball. We have a lot of reps. So hopefully those guys can push through that, continue to play at a high level. We have become a more physical run football team over the last month. That's always been a big part of what we've done here at Oklahoma State, and then be sound in special teams. So my message to the player was that simple to our players. And the other side that we have to be careful of is not listen to people tell us how good we are.
Coach, it's been a pleasure, man. Best of luck the rest of the year. It's been a great watching you so far, and we will see how this all plays out. Appreciate your time, bud.
Joe, appreciate you. If we can help you, let us know. Have a good one.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here. College football on Fox.